What is air handling unit? AHU. It's one of the critical equipment in central HVAC system. Let us look at what it is in this video. Welcome friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday and topic of my YouTube channel is on HVAC. And today we are going to look at one of the critical equipment in central HVAC system that is called AHU. We call it air handling unit. This is an important equipment in central AC system and we are going to look at what it is. So we have looked at the AC system and we have also looked at the central plant. In central plant we have looked at the air cooled chillers. Now we are looking at the other components and that is air handling unit. As I discussed earlier, in a central plant we have a chiller which is centrally located, which generates cold water which is pumped into this equipment which I am just explaining you. That is called air handling units. You can see over here, this is an equipment which is connected with a duct which actually supplies the cold air to the respective conditioned areas to be air conditioned. From that same area, I picked up the hot air as a return air. It comes back to the same unit again over here and it flows over the coil which is cold because of cold water supply by pumps from the chiller. So this is how it works. Just to again brief you, this pump supplies the cold water over here. This cold water is coming from the chiller. This AHU has a blower. From the area which is to be air conditioned, the hot air is picked up and it is supplied over these coils, and that in the process the air becomes cold and dehumidified, and that air again goes back to the place where air condition is required. Simple description. If you still have doubts, please DM me. This is what, again, a representation. This is an AHU. It supplies the air. It picks up when the supply air is cold. It becomes heated up because it takes a lot of heat from that space, heat from the space, from the lights, from the people. That becomes a return air. Part of it goes out and most of it rather comes back as a return air. We also add a fresh air as an outside air to dilute the VOCs or the inside conditions so that we get a lot of freshness from the fresh air. That fresh air and the return air gets mixed, goes over these coils. First it goes over the filters, then goes the coil, then the blower supplies it back again, and this is how the cycle gets complete. This is how the system works for air handling units. This is how the system in reality, the AHU over here, it has got a duct connected, it has got a pipe connected. Inside there will be blower, inside there will be coil, inside there will be filters. So this is in reality how it looks. Let us look at now the components of air handling units. First important is damper. As I said, this is the return air which comes in, has to have a damper. The function of a damper, the picture is in front of you, is to throttle the air quantity, is to adjust the air quantity. So it has a damper at the fresh return air. It also has to have a damper at the fresh air. Both get mixed in the mixing chamber, but to have proper quantity of the air, the adjustment has to be done by this damper. This is how the damper looks. The next item is, after the damper, the air passes through filter, and this is how the filter comes in. There are various types of filters depending upon the filtration level required inside, whether it is pre-filter, microwave filter, MER filter, HEPA filter, will depend on what kind of filtration level you require inside the area to be conditioned. Then comes the coil. This is how the coil looks, and this is how after filter the air comes here. This is a coil. Coil will have connections for water. That cold water, as I said earlier, comes into the coil. So this is the third element. Fourth element is the blower itself. Blower will have its blower as well as motor, and this is how it looks in the picture. There are various types of blowers, but this is another component, and this is how the system gets complete. And this is everything is encased into a casing. The casing is generally made of puff, 48 kg density is generally It can vary depending upon application to application. And these casing will have doors for accessing the blower, the coil, the filters. All these doors will be placed strategically for a proper access. This is how the casing looks in real, and this is how the AHU gets completed. So as I said, we have shown this in separately, the returner damper, the pressure damper, a mixing chamber. You can see these are access door over, there are hinges over here, then we have filtration, then we have coil, and then we have blower and motor combination. This supplies the air to the area to be air conditioned. This is another picture which will tell you this is a damper, mixing chamber, filter, coil. Below the coil there is also a drain pan, because there is a lot of condensation happens because of dehumidification process that needs to be collected and taken out from this as a drain. Then we have motor and a blower assembly. At the end of the blower there is also canvas, because the blower's vibration should not get transferred to the duct, and that's why there is a canvas. Now the blower, again, to reduce the vibration level, there is also a spring isolator over here. Now there are two other things which I have indicated over here. One is called lamp, which is generally a marine lamp which is kept inside, because inside is all about water, to see what is happening inside. If it is dark, you can't go with mobile light and do any maintenance, so it is better for maintenance. Second thing, before you open the door, is a side glass. This is how the side glass, to see whether the belt is running properly, whether the pulley is coming out, because if you open the door, it might come and hit you. So before you open the door, just see everything is normal, start the light, see everything normal, and then open the door. So these are some of the basic components of air handling units. Some of the more components is on the motor and blower drives. There has to be a guard, a belt guard or pulley guard, you can say, which will avoid anything coming out. So this is one important aspect. Second, as I talked about, is the lamp. And third, I talked about is the side glass. This is how the side glass looks over here. You can see what is happening inside. This is the complete unit. Again, the similar unit which was represented in a sketch is now complete unit. So thank you very much for your patient listening. Please follow me on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and ajazkazi.com. Please subscribe my channel and spread it to your contacts and friends. Thank you.